Taking a few cues from Hollywood, we wanted to talk a little bit about how to accentuate your best features. You know, they have makeup artists and stylists to do it there for them, but here we have Sally Hayes and her expertise in permanent makeup. So we wanted to welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
It's good to see you again.
Thanks.
Do you like how I made that connection? Because you are our personal stylist, essentially, when it comes to our face, because there's a lot of things that we can do to kind of accentuate our features.
Right.
Let's talk first about your background in permanent makeup, just to
Okay.
kind of remind everybody that you've been doing it for quite a while.
I started doing it in 1986, never thinking that it would be a full-time profession for me, but in 92 I sold my salon to do it full-time.
Okay, so and Donna Salima is one of your longtime clients, 15 years or so?
I met Donna Salima at a plastic surgery meeting 15 years ago, and I actually tattooed her face on the Century City Hotel floor
Okay.
as an exhibit.
That's not as ideal, perhaps, as we would have, you know,
Right.
expected,
Yeah,
but it works because 15 years later, I'm going to hand this to you. Tell me a little bit about why you decided to go this route so long ago and what your experience has been.
Well, I'm a nurse, and I didn't have time to put makeup on, nor would it stay on once I was working in the operating room. I'd wear the mask and it'd come off. So when I met Sally, we became good friends. She came actually to my office, and after she did mine, she came and did my clients' makeup too.
It looks, I mean, one of the things we like to underscore, because when you think of permanent makeup, there's a couple things that I think are kind of, they come to mind. The commitment to permanent makeup, and you go, well, what if I don't like that color for the rest of, you know, the next 5 years or whatever? So address that kind of, the concerns people have about the permanence of it.
Well, I had mine 15 years ago. Maybe you've had it touched up a few times since then, but you're not married to the color. For instance, the lips.
Right.
We touch them up just to give a little extra color, or when a new color comes out.
Donna, over here.
Okay.
And camera 9 will be great.
Okay, thank
So
you.
they can see you.
And actually touch them up once in a while to
See,
make
she
them
did-
brighter.
Right.
Yeah, you look fantastic. Now, let's talk a little bit about some other clients, too, and then we
Sure.
can walk through the process. So let's bring up a picture, I believe, of Sandra.
Right.
And this is Sandra's before and after. And what did you do here?
Well, I actually did her brows, her eyes, and her lips. And as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, she looks very washed out. And then after defining her features, she just has color and she looks fresh.
Now, let's take a look at Lee, because here we're talking about how basically, you know, you're not
Right.
committed to the color of your hair either.
Right. If you pick colors that harmonize with your skin, you can change your hair color and your permanent makeup goes right along with it. She is actually a natural blonde, and she decided to become a redhead. But her eyebrows and her eyeliner and lips all harmonize with her skin. Actually, she's pretty as a redhead.
I actually prefer her as a
Yeah,
redhead.
and now
Don't you,
she's back
Donna?
to
Yeah, I
being a
do,
blonde.
yes.
Yeah.
So you have been able to, I'm sure, also kind of alter the hues of your hair and not necessarily be concerned about the cosmetic
That's
tattooing.
correct. That's correct. I think I was a blonde for 20 years, and now I'm more towards the reds. But and I haven't changed the color of my makeup at all. It just goes along with your skin tone.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the process to make sure that this is something that we want to do, and how our consultation, because all of your consultations are complimentary.
Right. I have people come in, I actually take topical makeup and show them how it would look if they were to want to do it. And my big thing is that I'm all about natural, making people look better but not looking like a tattoo. And particular eyebrows. I mean, eyebrows should really be called semi-permanent because I don't put any black or gray into them, so they will, with time, fade off. If you're a blonde, you're going to touch them up more often than a brunette, but every couple of years you have the commitment of retouching.
Okay, so and then what are some of the main questions that you have when people come and sit in your chair before?
Basically, people are concerned about pain. You know, does it hurt? And we use topical for eyes and brows, and then of course I use a dental block for lips, so you don't feel anything. But I think pain is the biggest commitment, and I think they worry too about like how they're going to look. That's why it's important to see it before you do it.
Well, having been a client and addressing those two, the pain and basically how it's going to look, can you address that to people basically, what your experience was?
Sally does a very good job of doing a consultation and drawing it on to show you what it's going to look like before you start.
And the discomfort factor?
The discomfort, well, it doesn't hurt
She
at all.
does it without topical.
I've done.
She's brave.
She's done it. We do each other actually, and without the topical. But patients will have a dental block for the lips. You don't feel anything.
Okay.
So.
And the age range of women who are taking advantage of this would be what?
Usually, a lot of, well, like Lee, she's like 25 25 now, I think 26. But I did her, she's 22. And 97's the oldest I've ever done. But
Gotta love the 97-year-old still wanting to
That's
look
right.
her best.
That's right.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for spending some time and trying to kind of walk us through every
Thank you.
aspect of this so people can make a good decision. I think the best way to make a decision would be to just sit down one-on-one with Sally for your free consultation. All you have to do, no strings attached, just give her a call at the phone number right there on the screen. It's 480-951-0539, 480-951-0539. And then make sure that you head over to our website at permanentmakeup.com, and you can take a look at a whole bunch of before and after pictures that are going to give you a real good perspective of Sally's style and her natural approach.